Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW network. If you're new to this channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channel, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support where social workers can come for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to Self-Care Saturday. Welcome back to Season 4, Episode 25 of our Self-Care Saturday series. So I'm excited because we are now in September 2023, and September is recognized as Recovery Month. At least it is by agencies such as the Department of Veterans Affairs, among other federal agencies. So during the next 4 weeks, I will be dedicating these episodes to discussing the SAMHSA recovery model and how we as social workers and other licensed mental health professionals, how we can apply this SAMHSA recovery model for our own self-care practices. All right. So with that, let's get into it. So the SAMHSA recovery model was developed back around 2011, 2012 by the Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration, also known as SAMHSA. And as many of you know, I am a full-time employee with the Department of Veterans Affairs. And just a quick disclaimer, this video is not being sponsored, endorsed, promoted by SAMHSA, Department of Veterans Affairs, or by any governmental agencies, and the views and opinions stated in this video are mine alone. All right, so with that disclaimer, again, I just want to review where this SAMHSA recovery model comes from. So again, it was developed back in 2012, and I will leave a link to the source document that I'll be referencing in this video. So anyway, let's get into the SAMHSA recovery model. So the SAMHSA recovery model has a couple of different components to it. They lay out what's called the working definition of recovery, which we will talk about in this video. They also lay out 4 major dimensions that support a life in recovery. And then they go over 10 guiding principles of recovery. So across the next 4 weeks, we will cover all of these components of the SAMHSA recovery model. In today's episode, we are going to focus on the working definition of recovery and the 4 major dimensions that support a life in recovery. Okay, so SAMHSA defines recovery as a process of change through which individuals improve their health and wellness, live a self-directed life, and strive to reach their full potential. One thing that really excites me about this definition of recovery is that there's nothing in here about having a mental illness or being mentally ill, which makes this a definition which can be applied universally, not just to our clients who are in recovery from mental health, in recovery from substance use disorders, may be in recovery from homelessness, domestic violence, and other life circumstances. This definition of recovery means that as social workers, as licensed mental health professionals, we can apply this definition of recovery for our own self-care. So let me read that definition again. A process of change through which individuals improve their health and wellness, live a self-directed life, and strive to reach their full potential. So I think as social workers, as licensed mental health professionals, we, just like everybody else, we need to be working on improving our health and wellness. And again, I think it's really important that all of us are living a self-directed life, doing the things in our professional lives and in our personal lives that are meaningful to us, and that we're all trying to reach our full potential as people. So that's the working definition of recovery. The four major dimensions that support a life in recovery, according to SAMHSA, are health, home, purpose, and community. So health is defined as overcoming or managing one's diseases or symptoms. Home is a stable and safe place to live. Purpose is meaningful daily activities such as job, school, volunteering, or caregiving. And community is relationships and social networks that provide support, friendship, love, and hope. So I think, again, all of these major dimensions that support a life in recovery are important for our clients, but they're also important for us as social workers, as licensed mental health professionals. You know, while we're taking care of our clients, we also need to be managing our own diseases and symptoms for those of us that are living with certain diseases. And as we get older, the likelihood that all of us will be living with a disease or symptoms only goes up, only goes up. So maintaining health is really important. Home, a stable and safe place to live, um, as we all continue to go through high inflation rates, high, affordability of housing continues to become less and less attainable to most Americans, not just our clients, but, working professionals, especially in big metropolitan cities like LA, New York, Chicago, um, rents keep going up. And so housing is an important, um, again, housing is an important dimension that supports a life in recovery, or you could say a life filled with self-care. Purpose. Again, when we talk to our clients, many times we'll ask them, what are some what brings purpose to your life? What type of activities? And it's also important for us to be thinking about, we work 40 hours a week, 50 hours, 60 hours, and some of us work more than that. Some of us work 80, 90 hours a week between a full-time job, between a private practice, between teaching at the university or college, consulting work, and for many of us, these things provide a sense of purpose for us. But it's also important for us to look at things outside of work that bring purpose and meaning to our lives. And then community. Again, we work as licensed clinical social workers, as licensed mental health professionals. You know, um, we work with clients who may not have healthy relationships. They may not have healthy social networks, and that may be some of the goals that we're working with in the treatment plan. Healthy relationships. Disassociating our clients from those unhealthy relationships and those unhealthy social networks. And you know what? We need to focus on our own relationships. Making sure that our own relationships